Zidane pulls off another crazy FIFA lineup and Madrid is finally able to win without the help of Casemiro. Welcome back to El Merengue Culé. I hope you're having a great day. Madrid has just gone off to another what seemed to be a relatively easy win. Ramos put to sleep the game with a banger of a free kick. But let's jump into that lineup. As soon as the lineup was announced, I took a look at it, and as you can see it here, it was Courtois in goal like we predicted, Carvajal and Varane at center backs. He opted for Ramos at center back instead of giving him a rest, which ended up paying off. Of course it does. Everything Zidane does pays off. On the left back spot, he went for Ferland Mendy, as we said. And here's where it gets crazy. He goes for a 4-2-3-1, only two center mids in Modric and Fede Valverde with four attackers. Four attackers! What was Zidane thinking? I mean, it worked. It worked. He went for Hazard at cam, on the right side Gareth Bale, on the left side Vinicius Jr., and up top, the man, the legend, Karim Benzema. I mean, I'm just left in awe at this point. I guarantee there is not a single soul in the world that could have predicted this lineup. Okay, so what were my initial thoughts? The moment I saw the lineup, I obviously saw that there were four attackers. It was going to be a very offensive game. My main concern was the fact that we only had two center mids, and as we know, Modric he's 34 years old now. He is not your box-to-box midfielder anymore like he maybe once was. So my main concern was, well, where's the balance going to be? How is the transition from offense to midfield? And then when we lose the ball, the counterattack that Mallorca hits us with. But for strength, obviously the attacking power that we had in it. I've been saying that Madrid, every time they attack, it seems like they don't have enough numbers up. There's only like Benzema that's too isolated up top. So with this attacking lineup, it really gave us the ability to exploit down the wings, have Benzema, and then have Hazard, who's obviously a winger too, roam around and get a little more creative. So that's where I saw the main strengths of this lineup. And how did I interpret it? Well, it was clear that Zidane was trying to get that early goal. And what happened? Exactly as we wanted. Minute 18, fairly early, Vinicius Jr. breaks the deadlock. This comes after Carvajal, shoulder to shoulder, sends off Budimir, sends him to the ground. You know, it kind of looked like a foul, but shoulder to shoulder, all fair. The ball falls to Fede Valverde, who lobs it over to Modric, who is able to bring it down beautifully, slows down his run, allows for Vinicius Jr. to overlap him, gives him the penetrating ball, and then Vinicius, finally, the thing we had been talking about in the pregame, we wanted him to finish, and boy, did he finish perfectly. 1-0, and now Madrid has a breather. It allows Mallorca to come out. Now they're forced to go look for that game. Another tactic that was quickly employed by Madrid, which I was a bit surprised in, but you know, it is actually something common that they do, is they give Mallorca the ball. What they were trying to do by giving them the ball was allow Mallorca to come out of their own box, not allow them to stay packed in there. And so by them having the ball, they're obviously going to start to move forward. By doing this, Madrid was hoping to win the ball as Mallorca had already come out and quickly counter-attack them with the speed of Vinicius and Bale on the wings. But due to Zidane's lineup, and like I said, there was not much balance in that midfield, it did seem like the game was back and forth, back and forth. Mallorca would win the ball, move forward, Madrid would take the ball from them, counterattack them. It seemed that the Mallorca coach, he made some changes to the lineup after the water break, telling both wingbacks to really go up in the attack now. At first, they were being a little conservative, but by them really pushing up, Mallorca got the edge over Madrid's midfield since they only had two midfielders. The second half didn't start too differently from the way that first half ended. It was still a back and forth game, but in the 56th minute, still pretty early on into the second half, we get a foul, and who steps up? The captain himself says, "Hold up, everyone. Please move out of the way. Cruz, you got a good shot. Bale, you got a good shot." Let the captain take it. And boy, he just hit it like a god. And that ball just flew. It had the perfect amount of pace, the perfect curve, perfect positioning. And he left that upper 90. A beautiful goal. Golazo de Ramos. He just makes you want to take off your hat. Right after Ramos's golazo, it seemed like he put the game to rest. Shortly after, Zidane subbed in Toni Kroos for Hazard, and that seemed like the nail in the coffin. The combination of Ramos's goal with Toni Kroos in the field just brought the balance that we needed, you know, that extra midfielder. it just added the control, and then Mallorca just never really seemed like they had answers. Kubo looked great for Mallorca. Once this player matures a little more, he grows a little, he's still kind of small. Man, this guy has a magical left foot. The way he draws defenders whenever he dribbles, it seemed like Madrid fouled him, I think, a total of 6 or 7 times. Every time he had the ball at his foot, you would see Fede Valverde, Toni Kroos, Ramos just diving in there, throwing him to the ground. They could not stop him. It was crazy. It was amazing to see what he was doing, and to just know that Takefusa Kubo was going to come back to us one of these seasons. A lot to look forward to, so Madridistas definitely be excited about this guy. In terms of Madrid, my top 2 players are, once again, Vinicius Jr., very standout. It seemed like all of our attacks were through him. Once again, blistering pace down that left wing, and it today seemed like his finishing was just a lot more on point. You know, if it had not been for that crossbar, he would have bagged up that second goal. Once again, really always hindering defenses. The moment he gets the ball, they just start running back. Not much that they can do to him. So overall, I would give him 8 out of 10 game. And then for the other spot, it'll have to be for Ramos. You know, stepped up. We thought he wasn't gonna play this game. Barely anyone got through him. It just seems like every time he gets the ball, there's such a cool, calm, composed Ramos. Just distributes the ball. And then, I mean, that goal. Please, if you haven't seen the goal by now, go look up on YouTube Ramos goal against Mallorca, upper 90 free kick. Guys, it is a beautiful one. It is a beautiful one. If I could put it in this video, trust me that I would. And on the bad side, I'm just going to throw Gareth Bale out there. I mean, how many chances is he going to get? I was hoping that whenever we came back from this pandemic break, you know, he's been in the gym, he was going to be really informed. He usually tends to have pretty good starts to the season. So I was like, this is basically like a start of the season. A great chance for you to finish off the season strong. You know, you just got a 3-month break. But, I mean, he comes out there and he makes no difference for us. We may as well have a man down because it seemed like every time he gets the ball, he is misplacing passes. He is committing unnecessary fouls in our own half, not using his pace that he once used to have to really condition the defenses and open up space for us. It just seemed like he's kind of walking around. Every time he gets the ball, his mind is just kind of like a step behind on what he wants to do. He just kind of looked lost. So what are the main takeaways from this game? It's another game down, you know, not the toughest of oppositions, but we successfully passed the test. 7 games still left in La Liga. There were no injuries. Overall, no special efforts were made. It didn't really seem like we had to really grind out this victory or anything. I don't think players were really fatigued. We got to rest players. I mean, Kroos only played part of the second half. Hazard got subbed off early. Benzema got a rest. It just seemed like all our big players got taken off early, got a good little breather, and will be rested for the future games that are up ahead. So with this victory, we are back at the top of La Liga. So how does this go? Well, it just seems like La Liga from here on out is going to be a jab. We're just in a boxing match. Barca hits the jab, Madrid hits back, Barca hits back, until someone kind of messes up. So we will see who's be the first one to mess up. Maybe one of these future videos, Ricky and I will do a video analyzing the 2 calendars that each team has left. For now, Barcelona's next game is against Celta Vigo, a Celta that today actually beat Real Sociedad 1-0. But yes, the Celta Vigo, who was actually in a relegation battle, seems to be coming up. Meanwhile, for Madrid, they are playing, as I mentioned earlier, Espanyol, who is currently second to last place, if not last place in La Liga. And on paper, once again, doesn't sound like it could be the toughest of games, but in La Liga, you never know. For now, guys, I am relieved of the way this game went. Easy 2-0 victory. Make sure you go check out our other videos. Check out that Barca analysis by Ricky. It was a very, very good one. Make sure you smash that like, subscribe to stay up to date with all these pre and post game analyses. As always, have a great day and a la Madrid.